The battle for West Ham is heating up with the ownership situation. We were so excited to get David Sullivan off the board and hopefully one step closer to out of the club completely, with Kretinsky looking to step up and buy a percentage of Amanda Gold shares and then, Vanessa Gold shares, and Amanda Stavely comes out of nowhere with a money in the bank briefcase to buy all of the shares. But now the twist and turn is Kretinsky sold 2% of his shares to his mate so he can buy all the shares but not be the majority shareholder. And the twist and turn is now it seems to be that Staveley is pivoting to buy Sullivan shares. It is crazy, guys, the situation with this ownership battle right now. So it don't seem like Staveley's done. There's a fight. There's talk about potentially it going to court. I mean, where do you even begin? What are your thoughts on this, guys?
I don't know where to start.
Where do you start? I mean, let's just start in terms of, this has been a big debate, right? I've seen online, and I was having this debate with people about who is the best person to take this club forward, right? I think there was people that had hopes of Kretinsky, and there's a lot of people that still back Kretinsky and think he is the man to take West Ham forward. And I think
Kretinsky. Yeah.
So you're thinking Kretinsky. You both out of there's Stavely is the alternative.
Yeah, we sort of briefly touched on it when we were on Friday Night Pint. That with it all, that Kretinsky's got the track record of running a football club. With what he does with over in the Czech Republic, and you look at that experience and what he's done there for that football club, sort of leads you to think that he's got the best intentions for the football club here. And it's a tough one because as much as Staveley's signed, got these consortiums to take over Newcastle, take over City, she's never actually dipped her toe into actually running a football club herself.
Well, she did run those. Well, she's not Man City, but she did run Newcastle.
She was managing director.
So a lot of them signings that they got, Isak and Joe Linton and all these Tonali and all that, she was responsible for.
The thing is, I've heard some good things and I've heard some bad things about Stavely. I've heard that obviously, like, the Newcastle fans hold her in high regard, and there's no denying that every club that she's been involved in is better off now than what they was when before she came and sorted it out. So I've heard that she is heading another consortium. It's not actually her money, and she is heading another consortium. So I'm not opposed to it. Listen, I don't know the ins and outs of it. What's more interesting to me is why we was told that he had taken the shares when he hadn't taken the shares. Well, that's interesting, because you start to think, because I mean that was on Sky Sports. You know what I mean? So
it seemed that they jumped the gun and went on a verbal agreement, and a lot of people are slating Vanessa Gold, right, because she's done the dirty. But in business,
if you ain't got a buyer, if you've agreed to buy a buyer and they haven't bought it, it's still up for sale.
If pen is not to paper, then you ain't got a deal.
And that's it. And you don't dilly-dally in business. That's the thing, that you get the business done. And if you're, that sort of financial world is very, very cutthroat. And if that's what you wanted, and Kretinsky really wanted it, he should have laid down the money and done it.
Do you think that the point of him selling that 2%, because if he goes above 51%, he has to then, I think he's obliged to or can buy Sullivan shares.
I think he's obliged.
He's obliged to buy Sullivan shares.
So he's obliged at a higher rate. Right. So he doesn't want to do that.
No,
he doesn't want to give Sullivan that money because what we can gather is Sullivan's fucked. Sullivan's fucked. Right. Either way, he's going to have to leave this club at some point. Right. Even though he's talking about coming back here Saturday and all that. He comes back, there's going to be a fucking huge security risk. That'll be the only time he comes back here this season, I guarantee it, if he does come here Saturday, right? But he has to pay Sullivan. Kretinsky's sat there, and I'm convinced of this, right? And this is not truth, this is just my opinion. He sat there and thought, this geezer's going to shoot himself in the foot, right? I've agreed this to get into the club, I've agreed, but he just sat there and let the geezer basically hang himself. That's what he's done. He knew all this was coming. That's why you haven't heard from him. That's why he hasn't invested in anything. And he's done a very smart thing. Now, I'm trying to wonder whether the 2% is being sold because of the Sullivan shares. Because I'm sure,
definitely because of that.
I'm sure of that. But it also may, this could be total bollocks, right? So but he also owns part of a Prague club, right?
Yes, part of
Right.
Prague.
If we get into Europe again, will we have to drop the competitions like Crystal Palace or Nottingham Forest? If he ain't the majority shareholder, do we have to do that? I don't know.
I think because I think when you look at Palace's thing, I think he weren't even the majority shareholder because he had a large stake.
And they didn't submit certain paperwork on time. The problem I have with Kretinsky, right? One of the problems is, well, one of the reasons he has stayed silent, because that's who he is. He's the silent sphinx.
Yeah.
He sits in the background. You don't hear from him, and he's come out and said before he's not interested in being the main man at the club.
Mm-hmm.
So with Kretinsky, I can't see a place where he actually goes and steps up and buys Sullivan shares, because he's not interested.
That's why he
in
doesn't
that.
want to do that.
Yeah, but so it's not. So even just now with that 2%, and he's obliged.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't think he's waiting out to buy Sullivan out. If he has majority control, which he effectively will, because his mate has got that extra percent that gives him voting power, the two shares together.
But I think he has majority control of I think what it boils down to, I could be wrong, he can't go over 51%.
Yeah. No, he can't.
But he can be. He's the majority shareholder.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is,
that must be why he did not buy Vanessa
full,
Gold shares,
yeah.
because he was probably trying to get this deal over the line before to sell 2% to his mate.
Well, no, he was going to say, he's only doing the 2% deal now
to buy
shares. All of Gold shares. Yeah. So he was only going to buy
a little bit.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is it's not just a case of, well, I don't want to buy. These shares, I don't be the majority shareholder because I have to buy Sullivan shares. I don't think he wants to buy Sullivan shares, because what I'm saying is with Sullivan, yes, he's the majority shareholder, but he's not the majority shareholder because he can be outvoted.
Yes.
He doesn't have majority control. And
he's lost control of this club.
Yeah. Now Kretinsky, now he's sold the 2%, if he buys all of Vanessa Gold shares, effectively, he's not the majority shareholder, but his mate will vote with him. So he will have
the same power.
Yeah, he'll have the same power. And with Kretinsky, if he's got that, I think he will be content. I don't think it's a situation of we go up next season, he goes, right now, let me go for the Sullivan shares. This is my problem. Whereas Stavely, it's already come out that she's been looking to buy the Sullivan shares. So with her, you get someone that's all in. She ain't running another club like Kretinsky is. Yeah. She has a vision for West Ham. Talk about her potentially wanting to buy the stadium and build a so I'll be really interested. There's talks about her wanting to build a stadium next to this and knock this down. So
but that was that was also on the plans.
Well, if we own it, what are they going to do? What's the point of keeping it?
But weren't that also on the plans that Kretinsky was looking
No, Kretinsky was looking at Karen Brady's plans of improving the stadium.
Right.
So Karen Brady, before she left, drafted up some plans to improve the stadium.
Yeah.
Right, which included flipping claret seats and improving what was outside, whatever. Right. So he was looking at that model, whereas they want the Stavely consortium are looking at a land deal.
Yeah.
So we buy the land. They have the land around it. We have the stadium. And then what they can do is, rather than West Ham go to Wembley for a season, we play in this.
Yeah,
whatever that land is, build next door a proper stadium. Yeah. So to me, that's a clear winner. And I don't care whether she's here for 3 years and fucks off.
The thing is, he must have known this was coming, because we've seen the pictures of her here.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. He can't be out the blue.
But I've got to say this: that statement that he put out on Saturday was damning after that game. I mean, I was talking to someone that works at the club, and he told me about the statement. It comes straight out after the Magdeburg game. That was damning, and the thing that worries me is I think Stavely is gonna end up here.
Yeah.
I do think she's gonna buy some sort of shares, right? Can they work together? And that's the issue. Who's going to be running the club? Because if he doesn't want to, he's going to have to give her control, because she's going to be the next person. Yeah. You don't want Sullivan running it.
Exactly.
You can't have Sullivan running it.
But and Vanessa Gold, who he was going to keep on the board, and they were supposed to be on the board together, will have no interest in running it.
No, well, she can't.
She'll
have no shares.
Yeah. No, but the point is that was going to be the plan.
The plan was her, the chair people.
Yeah.
That's
they,
why
they
they.
would overall
Yeah,
control
that's
the club.
that's because she was going to have shares. But now, if he has to buy all of her shares, well, he's the main man. Sullivan's not on the board. Tripp Smith, who I think Tripp Smith is the ace in the hole, because I think he might be Staveley's inside contact. We've heard there's Americans as part of this consortium.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me if there's a connection with Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes and that percentage, so buying Sullivan shares then Tripp Smith shares.
Do you know what's great about it? And I mean this, and I know it's a bit of a mess at the minute, but it will get sorted out.
Yeah, of course they'll fresh it out some way.
They're trying to fuck over Sullivan. Everybody's trying to fuck over Sullivan. Everyone's looking at it. They're like vultures, picking the bones off of him.
Yeah, which
and
was
that
always
is why he's coming back here Saturday. He's trying to stamp his authority with his little midget feet. He's trying to say, I'm still the boss here. I'm still the boss here. And in reality, he's not, is he?
No.
And that's the thing, right? So he's trying. That's why he's coming back here Saturday.
Yeah.
Listen, he's going to cause a fucking riot over here. He fucking will, right?
I see online, I just say, is that they're talking about his shares. So his shares are being value at the club, and this is on Twitter, that at £600. Right, 600 million. Fucking hell. Do you know what? £600 million, right? The value of the club.
Yeah.
So I think he shares it comes around £250 million. Yeah. And I've seen some people going, oh well, so you want Sullivan to walk away with £250 million?
Walk
it's
away
like,
with £1 billion. I don't give a fuck as long as he's out of here.
You've got to be realistic. Listen, I want Sullivan to be broke, penniless, and in prison, right? But we have to be realistic about these things.
No, do you know what we should do? Give him the 250
We want him
million. Yeah, so everyone can fucking sue him for it.
Yeah, like
the thing is, it's a case of you force him to sell now at the 250 million, or he digs his heels in and we get promoted back in the Premier League and the price
still-
goes
well,
up.
that is
I
the
still
value.
don't think it's
That's
still the
what
value.
the value's supposed to be at the Premier League level. So what Staveley's do. So as a Championship club, we're supposed to be valued less than that. But we're valued according to this at £600 million at Premier League level, which is short of what Brady was banging on about. She had us nearly £1 billion, I think. Silly. You know what I mean?
But then you also
cunt.
Still, I said silly cow, and then I thought, shit, is that sexist?
But the thing is though,
Silly cow.
the problem you then got is that obviously with Kretinsky, if he buys the Vanessa Gold shares and has that side, and then Staveley's got to come in and buy Sullivan shares, no matter what happens, the value of the club's going to increase because you've got better people at the helm. So
this is
the problem. Everyone's trying to screw over Sullivan, but the unfortunate thing is Sullivan's got the hand. This is the thing. He hasn't got to sell. He's in complete control of this, and it's when he wants to do what he wants to do.
Yeah,
I think if he gets found guilty of everything,
then it
that
starts
will
to-
force his
yeah,
hand.
then it
But
starts
until
to-
that time comes,
it makes no sense for him to sit onto shares where he could be getting money
Or
and
not.
and going off with his missus. That's me putting it kindly. You know what I mean?
He's not. He's
doing that.
He's a fucking pervert, but he's not a fucking fool.
No.
If he thinks he's going to walk away from it with nothing,
he knows he's not going to walk away from nothing. He
but
knows
he could.
He
Well,
knows it. He
if-
knows.
if
He's not going to.
He's not a gambler. He's a businessman.
But someone just needs to put a serious offer to him. People say he won't sell, and this is the thing. Kretinsky, he could have put an offer in. He don't want to put an
Maybe
offer
fucking West Ham, Hammers News or whatever can go and ask him.
in. Ask him. Yeah,
But
that's
this
it.
is the thing, is that this is how serious you are. If Stavely is serious about investing in this club, she already knows with the way way it all falls, that when Vanessa Gold agreed to sell the shares to Stavely, the board members have that 90-day period where they can buy the shares themselves.
Yeah, 60 days, I think.
60 days, which it looks like Kretinsky's going to do. So now if she's really interested, she's got to go to Sullivan.
Yeah, well, apparently she is going to Sullivan. But I just don't get why Kretinsky is fighting this. If you said you don't want to run the club, you don't want to be the main man of the club, why block someone that does want to? That would be happy. She hasn't even tried to buy you at,
But
so your shares will go up.
I don't think he wants to run the club, but he wants the fucking majority shares. He knows this club's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, he don't want to be the majority shareholder. He just wants a significant portion of the club.
Yeah.
But
he knows his club's going
But
to
again,
go
no,
places.
Dan, if you look at it from a business point of view, right? If he controls a large stake in this football club, the club then gets promoted back into the Premier League next season.
this
and
is
then he
my
can go
problem.
If Stavely come
Yeah.
along next season or this season,
Yeah.
you're doubling your money.
This is
And that's what
but
it
then
all boils down to.
Stavely might piss off.
No,
but
but
this is
timing.
yeah. But this is my problem with Kretinsky.
But I
Is
don't think
he's a hard-nosed, cold-faced businessman. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying Stavely's coming in to do this out of charity. They're going to benefit. You know, there's the land and all of that thing. But she's interested in the football side of things. She said she wants to take over a football club and she wants to build it up. Kretinsky, he's this patient, silent sphinx. We talk about what he's done in Prague. That took a long time.
10 years.
Because he's not the sort who's going to come in and
Pumping
go, right,
money.
yeah, let's start pumping the money in. Let's
but-
get the stadium. It could be 10
But
years.
you've also got to remember, he is an asset-rich billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this
Whereas the Stavely consortium are cash-rich.
This is
They're
why
in that-
I don't get why anyone wants Kretinsky over Stavely.
What do you think's going to happen?
I do think Stavely is going to... she's going to maybe get the Sullivan shares and the Tripp Smiths shares. There is interest. I mean, look, her husband is following a lot of West Ham accounts. This is after all the... And look, that is a very loose thread. But after...
Does he follow you or us?
Followed me. Listen.
Not a West Ham fan.
I'm bigger than the channel. No. No, the thing is, we're not really active on Twitter, to be honest with you. West Ham Fan TV, the account, which we do need to change. That's probably why he ain't followed us. But yeah, so that is fuck it. The one little bit of hope that gives me is obviously there's still interest there. So they haven't just gone and seen, okay, Kretinsky is going to buy the Vanessa Gold shares and blocking it and exercising his preemption rights. It's over. They're obviously still... They're following all these West Ham accounts because I guess they want to see what the West Ham feeling is.
Gauging.
That's why they followed you, because you've been
audience.
fucking sucking dick.
Fucking hell, all right.
Be like,
Do you know what? I'm fucking cutting that out of context, mate. I'm just you doing that. I'm getting that. That's going
you
viral.
That's you on his dick.
I am
Down to the balls, mate.
You fucked yourself up, mate. I'm clipping that out of context. You're out of context,
I've got some
Mickey.
things I can clip out of context with you. Don't worry about that.
Nothing like that, mate. Nothing like that. But no, I have been. That is another thing. I have been hyping them up. But no, they've followed West Ham Central, and he's been fucking up Kretinsky's ass. Yeah, he is. So yeah, it's not over. Clearly, it's not over. There's a lot of twists and turns. The frustrating part is the timing of it.
Yeah.
It's just disarray. It's thrown it into disarray this season.
No, the thing is, we're now starting to see some signings.
Yeah.
Start to get over the line. We'll be fine. We'll be
This
fine.
is it. It's typical West Ham dragging their feet. You know, in doing the deals. You think we got deals done early? I think was it last season or the
Yeah,
season
it
before,
didn't help.
and it did help. You know, and this is the thing, and you've now got the situation. The season's upon us. They're saying that they're backing Nuno. That they've brought in backroom staff to show that they're backing Nuno. So now I think it's a case of they're trying to get through pre-season, get everyone back, and then looking at the start of the season. I think this game against Pompey...
Well, let's save that actually for the season preview.
let's-
We're blowing over, but ultimately, just to wrap up. Hopefully, look, it comes out one way or another. The
I think
right
it will.
ownership, but I'm telling you, like, if she come in and knock this stadium down and build a new one, that'd be massively exciting.
I'll have a statue of her here, wouldn't you?
Listen,
Yeah.
I'll be
Not
going
this
and
place,
having
Shannon,
words
it'd be
with
great.
Simon Jordan, mate, who said I was ridiculous. He said I was childish or whatever. I need to grow up because no one's gonna go and build you a stadium. And Staveley is already looking to do it.
Imagine that. You have a photo.
Yeah.
We'll have a statue of Dan out here pissing on Simon Jordan.
Yeah, that would be the ultimate, mate. But that's the dream.
But this is the thing, Newcastle bought out. They're building a new ground.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If people want to do it and
The
invest
way
the money
he
in
was
it, they
talking,
will do
this
it.
is what and I said this right. In the Premier League itself, Arsenal,
Yep.
us,
Yep.
Brentford,
Yep.
Fulham are looking at it. I don't know whether they still are.
Chelsea are looking at it.
Chelsea, Newcastle, Tottenham. Who else?
There's
Fucking
been a
hell.
lot. There's been a lot.
There's
But
at least half of them.
the thing is-
Brighton have got a new one.
it's
Bolton have got a new one. Derby have got a new one.
There's a lot of clubs.
Middlesbrough have got a new one.
It's revenue streams that come along with, if you look back to the deal we were originally going to get when we were going to take full control of this place, where you had Essex Cricket going to play over here during the 2020s, you had Live Nation going to be hosting concerts over here, you had, they were still going to do things like bring in the NFL, watch Tottenham do, but they were looking to do all that type of stuff, baseball, them sort of things, which they do have over here now. The revenue would have generated from all of that would have put us in the same bracket of what Tottenham are in now.
Exactly.
What they've done there, Scott, is when they sold it to us, they was talking like they'd already got that wrapped up, and it wasn't the case, was it?
No.
I mean, look at the stadium right now. Where's the fucking screen that goes all the way around?
Oh, exactly.
But this is the thing.
They said fucking was
but they will build and this is the thing. Stavely and them lot will build a stadium in mind to not just host football, but to do all of that stuff, and that's where it not just pays for itself. You get extra revenue, and that is the one thing Newcastle haven't had yet. They haven't got their new stadium, so they haven't been able to. I'll just say this: they haven't been able to work, and increase their PSR capacity like Spurs, who people are like they've just nearly got relegated and they've splashed all this money because they've got more wider leeway because of the extra revenue streams.
They can spend 600 million a year over the next 5 years.
Would our attraction to the concerts and all that be the same without this place? Because this place is perfect for all of that.
But you can build a football stadium that's still perfect.
Yeah, like Spurs.
They could leave that here if they're building one over there.
This would become.
They'll build something else
white
on
elephant.
this. Yeah. They'll build like houses or whatever.
This will turn into apartments.
Yeah,
it'll just blend into the rest of what is here.
But that's the thing. It's the land, isn't it? So they want to do something with the land. They're not going to have two stadiums. They'll have our stadium, which will double as a football stadium and all those events like Spurs.
But
then
this is what I'm saying. Like you're saying about Newcastle. Newcastle's a big stadium. They don't.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, but it's not really designed for that. Is it?
Yeah, but the only reason people come here is because it's an iconic stadium.
Yeah. Is it iconic?
But it is.
I think people just come here because of the location.
I mean, it's not iconic to us.
You're telling me
it's
that
not iconic to West
Hold
Ham.
on. You're telling me if you knock that down, right, and you build a new stadium that's like a proper football stadium, right? You're telling me people won't come to fucking Beyonce or fucking Afro beats?
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying I think a lot of the attraction, because you've got to remember we have got Tottenham up the road. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, and you've got Wembley.
Yeah, but people come for the event, not for.
And that's it. Exactly.
You went Foo Fighters, right? When you went Foo Fighters, you didn't. Yeah, but you didn't go. I'm going Foo Fighters here because it's the iconic stadium.
I'm talking about the promoters.
Yeah,
and things like that.
I think you're putting.
Maybe I'm wrong.
If you were to knock this down and rebuild it,
and it looks
as
you told me I could knock that down there, I'll get up there and start taking it down.
If you were to knock that down and rebuild it as a proper football stadium, the same capacity, if not more, they'll sell it.
Let's be honest. As an event, it looks tin pot. It don't look prestige. It don't look high end. It looks tin pot. So we can get.
I've been to a concert at the Emirates. I won't ever go to a concert or anything at White Hart Lane, so I won't put money into their pocket. But I've been to a concert at the Emirates, right?
Yeah. And you're a liar. If I made a winner, you'd be there.
I didn't even come to Lane when they were here.
Don't lie. I'd go to a concert at White Hart Lane. No. I would. Why not? Why don't you go to Arsenal?
I prefer them to. Well, up until last season, I preferred them to Tottenham.
I went boys home at Arsenal.
Did you? It was good.
It was alright.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But when you look at places like the Emirates, right, they design the acoustics of the stadium for football and concerts.
Yeah.
And that's what he said. It makes the thing. You look what they've done at Tottenham. As much as I hate Spurs, what they've done at Tottenham, the whole blueprint of what they've built and everything and what they can host is perfect. They've really put, and a lot of, I think, what they put in there was one of the reasons they tried to put the kibosh on us owning this, because if we had owned this and been able to do the cricket, the boxing, the football, the American football and all that, it wouldn't have allowed them to do what they've done.
The issue is that the relationship between the old ownership and the stadium was breaking down.
Yeah.
And apparently it's got very, very much better.
Yeah.
So there could be a deal in place for this. So let's see how it goes.
I think it'd be more palatable for the stadium owners and the mayor to sell to Stavely Kretinsky,
got
then
to,
it
yeah.
would have been Golden Sullivan
They would never
who
sell
did
it
the
to Golden Sullivan.
Obviously, especially we had Brady here, who was actually a you know, I don't want to get into politics, but she was the opposition peer to the current mayor, so that was another thing. So yeah. Anyway, you know.
Before we forget, we're going to wrap up now. Yeah. OK, jerseys. They've got the new ones. They've got the new jerseys on there. Go on there, home and away, and the third will be there very soon. But
once we find out what that is.
Once we find out what it is. But OK, jerseys. Go there right now. Nicky 10% discount. Go and get your new jerseys. We're going to be giving away 10 on Friday Night Pint.
And lovely jubbly. So go and get it, man. So yeah, listen, thanks for watching. Let us know what you think, Kretinsky or Stavely, in the comments below. And look out, we've got a season preview coming up this week as well. Obviously, it's Friday Night Pint. And back on Saturday, outside here, these two boys will be, I'll be here on a watch-along. Oh, no, he won't be here, sorry. Nicky will be here interviewing fans outside the stadium. I'll be there for the watch-along. It's going to be big. Let's go. One thing left to say. Come on, you Lions.